to do something ahead of 6 Medieval Legend, which did, in my opinion, pull and race a little bit too keenly last start. Still finished off, and I didn't think it was going to. I thought the effort was very good to, in fact, run home like he did. And also number 2, Badger's Wood. It got a long way back last start. Hope it doesn't get too far back today. 1 ahead of 6 and 2.
And the last for the mares over the 16.
Good luck to you and also to Alf Matthews. They're set for a start in the 2-year-old Open listed Fairview Stakes as we head now to Te Rapa.
Gates crash open, they're off in the Fairview Ford Stakes, and first away Queen's, but there goes Albaz Bell turning it on and charges straight to the lead, being tracked out by Eloa. If Looks Could Kill is up in the party as well, and out wider is Too Fast, Too Furious, and out widest of all Forest King. They're 4 deep out in front. They all want to lead here. And behind these back, second to last Velasco, and last of all is Mucho at the 600 metres mark, but Albaz Bell cruises along out in front. Now Forest King in difficulties has run wide on the home turn and has run completely off, so loses all its chances. And behind the leaders next as they come into the straight is Queenza. Out behind those, if it Looks Could Kill, is angling out into the clear as well, with the lower battling away. 300 metres to go. Albaz Bell the leader, a length and a half on Queenza. Coming after them Eloa, then if Looks Could Kill, then Velasco. It's still Albaz Bell under siege though, coming after Queenza. Eloa, a late run Velasco. It's Queenza who bursts to the front. Queenza's got the prize as it goes to the line, wins the Fairview Ford Stakes. Good battle for the miners. We head out wide if Looks Could Kill in a photo with the late finishing Velasco, and right there between the two in a 3-way photo was Eloa. Albaz Bell just knocked up the last little bit alongside of it as they went across was Mucho. Then came Too Fast, Too Furious and Forest King, who lost all chances by running off on the home turn. Number 5, Queenza.
So Queenza taking out the listed Fairview Stakes, blunted at the start at its first run at Ataki behind Clean Sweep, has made amends today. The King of Kings Crown Net filly. Queenza $7.80 the win, $2 the place. Photo for the miners, 1 Mucho and also 7 Velasco. Next event, race 6. That's the event coming from Awapuni.
The drying of the track, still rated as slow. Now, whether we get an upgrade, well, time will...
First event, 1 Consul at $4.20. 1 start for a second at Rosehill behind Not a Single. You've got Spirit of Tara $9.60. Peppercorns, the 6 at $3.20 for the 6 Peppercorns. It's only had the 2 starts Peppercorns. A second at Randwick, followed by a third at Rosehill. Hit the rails near the 1,000 metres in the event won by Crimson Rain. John Hawkes is the trainer of Peppercorns, affiliated by Strategic out of the marauding mare Pepper Pot. Ron Duffy's late mail in the first event. 1 Consul to beat 5, 6 and 3. 1, 5, 6 and 3. And we'll be linking up with Ron Duffy.
Ripper from Newcastle joins the line, but not quite. Midnight City became rather stirred up. Jet Ripper's in there now. Midnight City behaves itself better. Starters on the stand. Racing in the first of the day, Spirit of Tara didn't jump well, and the same for Midnight City. And Frozen Valor hard ridden to lead narrowly from In the Sun, and going up quickly Wairoa Wonder from Diamonds and Pearls. And then comes the favourite Peppercorns, Dane Legacy improving, and so too Spirit of Tara, followed by Castle Bay, and then Jet Ripper, followed by Consul. Midnight City whips them in. On the side, 700 to go. Wairoa Wonder the leader now from Frozen Valor. Quinn is going up in urgency on Peppercorns, a length and a half to In the Sun, followed closely by Dane Legacy, and between those horses next coming to the home corner is a Spirit of Tara, followed 2 back Consul, and then Diamonds and Pearls, and then Dane Legacy, who lost ground. Castle Bay via the Cape, Midnight City and Jet Ripper, but Peppercorns hits the lead now. 300 metres to go. Peppercorns from Frozen Valor, Spirit of Tara. Here's Consul warming up and looking very good. Past the distance at the 200, Consul swept away from Frozen Valor. Peppercorns is thrown in the tail. Midnight City and battling on Spirit of Tara, but Consul is going to absolutely blitz them. Consul, a very easy winner. Over on the inside, Frozen Valor second, Midnight City third, and Spirit of Tara fourth. Then Diamonds and Pearls, followed by Peppercorns, In the Sun, Jet Ripper, and then Dane Legacy, Wairoa Wonder, and absolute was Castle Bay.
Okay, Ian, and Consul taking out the first event. The well-fancied Graham Rogerson horse taking out the first, $451.70. A colt by Pins out of the Centane mare Gypsy Soul, and Consul down the outside in the well-known Graham Rogerson colours, taking out the first event. More in just a moment. Dramas, $6.50. Surprise, Surprise and Rapid K at 10. The New Zealand favourite, Rodrigo Rose, at $5.40. Trentham winner 2 starts ago before a last start 5th at Pukekohe some 3 weeks ago, and the event won by Pay My Bail, owned by Lady and Sir Patrick Hogan. Winner of 4 from 17 with 7 minor placings. Close to a start for one of the features from New Zealand.
The stablemate. Stand by. Pick 6 starts now. Good luck. Gates crash open, they're off and racing in the Gasmate. One of the first out wide on the track was Volksini going after it. Surprise, Surprise. Right there also Rodrigo Rose pushing through along the very inside. Armar Dramas has come out in front. Right with it also is the filly Rapid K. Then followed in behind these by Physique, and moving through along the inside of it now is Foxy Blonde. Volksini, after beginning well, has drifted back to be midfield just in front of it. Surprise, Surprise. Then back over on the inside for Love. Then came Belfem charging off and around the out wide is So Cool, well back hidden factor. Alongside of it also now is Ascending, and last of all at the 1,000 metres mark is Mary Seaton. So 900 metres left to go in the first leg of pick 6, and it's Armar Dramas the leader from Rodrigo Rose. So Cool's continued that big run for Eddie de Klerk to work round and take over now at the 700. Lying fourth is Foxy Blonde over on the inside of Rapid K, the filly. She's right in contention, moving round on its outside. Surprise, Surprise. Then came Volksini's on the improve as well from Belfem. Physique's back midfield, giving ground Foxy Blonde, followed by Ascending. Well back also is For Love, followed around by back in that rear group is Hidden Factor, and 2 lengths away Mary Seaton is last of all. They turn for home in the first leg of pick 6, and the leader is now on the inside is So Cool, tackled immediately by the favourite Rodrigo Rose. Rapid K, the fillies putting in and out wider. Surprise, Surprise. Further out Ascending, 250 metres to go. So Cool won't flinch on the inside from Rodrigo Rose. Now Surprise, Surprise coming after them. It's So Cool. She's done plenty. She's got the lead. She's got the heart as big as a tiger as she goes to the post. So Cool took out the Gasmate Stakes. Second over Surprise, Surprise. Third at the line was Rodrigo Rose. They all had a chance to run this leader down, but she was just too big, too strong and too good. Next over we had Ascending with For Love, and right there also Rapid K wasn't disgraced. A gap and back and behind these Belfem from Volksini, then Mary Seaton, Hidden Factor. Further away next was Armar Dramas, who dropped away. Back with it Physique and Foxy Blonde. It'll be the last one home.
So, Cool the winner. Horse that's won now 7 from 20, the mare, and successful over 1 Surprise, Surprise, and 2 Rodrigo Rose third after the Group 3 Gasmate. 670, 190 for the winner. Surprise, Surprise, 310. Rodrigo Rose, 220. Trifecta, $172.50. Moonee Valley, first event, most interesting race for the 2-year-olds. All the horses facing the starter for the first time. It's over the journey of 1,000 metres, and here are the ratings for you. Free Wheeler number 1, over 2 French Ploy, 7 Strutter's Ball, and 4 Mantle. So 1, 2, 7 and 4. Favourite way is 2 French Ploy at $2.10. 1 Free Wheeler at $6.90, 3 King Chorus $7.50, 4 Mantle $5.10, and 7 Strutter's Ball at $8.90. This French Ploy on screen for the first event for Greg Charles, the favourite at $2.20 over Mantle, King Chorus, Free Wheeler, Strutter's Ball. Now the multiple information. Super Tab, Qlty's Moonee Valley, races 4, 5, 6 and 7. Rosehill, it's 5, 7, 8 and 9. At Cheltenham, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Eagle Farm, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And Belmont, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Unitab, first of 8 this afternoon. The weather is fine. The track is rated as good. A lot of question marks in this opening event, with French Ploy the favourite over Free Wheeler, King Chorus and Mantle. And a reminder too that later on we have the 11th event from Rapa, the Waikato Cup. It's Group 2, 100,000 over the 2,400 metres, and it's due 1:54 Eastern Daylight Saving Time. And also the listed event from Rapa, the last event. over the journey of 1,400 metres. So there are 2 features coming up from New Zealand. First things first, we head to Greg Miles for race 1 at Moonee Valley.
And the youngsters are being called in here. Thank you, Rod. And the favourite is French Ploy, as we virtually expected after a 6-length trial victory. But there has been support for King Chorus, who did trial poorly, but that was way back in September, and it's been gilded since then. Moving into the gates, Strutter's Ball has moved up. Interestingly, those two that are the first and second favourites in the race were both Gold Coast Magic Millions purchases, and it's likely that they'll be heading that way if successful here. Mantle now coming up into the line. Missile to get set. Freewheeler and French Ploy, the 2 we need to move in. French Ploy by Favourite Trick, who was Horse of the Year as a 2-year-old in the United States, I believe. The only other horse to do that was Secretariat. So French Ploy to come up. This is Freewheeler now coming along for Danny Nikolic. Just about ready, the last 2 coming in. Starter on the platform. 2 to go in. French Ploy the favourite. $2, $5.30 for Mantle, $5.70 King Chorus. And Dean Caparella joining us also. Thanks, Dean. On track. Good support for King Chorus, but French Ploy is the favoured runner. Mantle's been easy on course. No Money Strutter's Ball and easy Freewheeler, who's just holding up the start a little at the moment. But clearly French Ploy the one to beat according to the betting. Now Freewheeler coming up into the gates. The track is rated as good. 4.27 the penetrometer reading this afternoon. Rail in the true place. Freewheeler having joined them. So they're just about set to go. And French Ploy, who has the outside barrier, is going to be the last to come along. Won a trial by 6 lengths at Bendigo earlier this month. Greg Childs on board, sporting blinkers for the first time. This son of Favourite Trick. He's yet to have a winner in Australia, but the way they've been going, it's just a matter of time, no doubt. And perhaps this will be the one. French Ploy just getting a lead in now. Freewheeler's been a bit edgy in the gates. Now French Ploy is in, so they're ready to run first event. All set. Youngsters all on debut here. They're off. And French Ploy bounded away on the outside. Away quickly too is King Chorus on the rails, and the 2 favoured runners set up by 1.5 lengths in the early stages from Rocket General. Strutter's Ball on the inside 4th. Then 1.5 lengths to Mantle, followed by Freewheeler, and Missile went to last. King Chorus did it well in the early stages against the fence, leading by 1/2 to 3/4 to French Ploy. 3 lengths away Rocket General, Strutter's Ball on the fence, and they're trailed then by Mantle, and Missile second last on the inside as they go through the gap, with Freewheeler going up and around it. To the turn they race now, and King Chorus leading narrowly from the favourite French Ploy. 2 lengths Rocket General's had the drop on them all the way, and then Mantle racing a bit greenly, followed by Freewheeler. But it's King Chorus coming around the turn. He's going to rail well with about almost a length lead over French Ploy, and Rocket General now starting to come with his run down the outside. It's French Ploy getting to the lead, but Rocket General immediately the threatened. Mantle storms home. Look at Mantle. What a big win this is. Mantle gets up to score from Rocket General second. Third is French Ploy, and they got right away then to King Chorus, who folded up the last bit. Next in to finish was Freewheeler, and back at the tail end is Missile, and at last in Strutter's Ball. Well, coming to the turn, he was doing nothing and racing very greenly, but when he got out into the middle of the track, he's just launched with a terrific finishing run. Made up many, many lengths in the last 150 metres. Mantle has been a highly impressive winner of the first event today in 59.4 seconds. 4 Mantle, first Aaron Gauci and John Hawkes. Second goes to number 6 Rocket General, Matt Pumper. And the third will be 2 French Ploy, ridden by Greg Childs. 4, 6 and 2 in 59.4 seconds. Well, he doesn't know what it's about. He's got no idea, but boy, he's got a bit of a motor. Didn't he really let fly? A son of Quest for Fame from Pinafore. He's a half-brother to Apron and Leather. His dam, a half-sister to Pearly Kings, who won a Hawkesbury Guineas. and his granddam is a half-sister to Deck the Hall. So he's certainly bred to get over a lot longer distance than he's been successful at here at his debut this afternoon. Very, very big performance, Mantle. Rocket General second. French Ploy looked to have every chance in third place, sitting outside the leader but weakening. And King Cora showing great gate speed but unable to finish the race off over the closing stages there. 580 and 290 for the winner, Mantle. 490 for Rocket General, and no dividend for French Ploy. Quinella at $40.40. Exacta $85.90. The trifecta paying $152.40 on the first event today in 59.4. Numbers are 4, 6, 2 and number 3 ran fourth.
Terrific, Greg, thank you. And the quest for fame gelding Mantle, who is obviously still learning, but one start for one win. Prior to that, a barrier trial win. And here's a horse I think we can follow for fun and profit. Darren Qlty for John Hawkes, taking the first event, 4, 6, 2 and 3. Now, Hawkes taking the first event, 4, 6, 2 and 3. Coolmore Quality and also 2, 1 and 2. Eagle Farm, they have a terrific day of racing. Coolmore Quality and also Philippa's Gem and Jamestown Valley. Here's Ron Dufficy with the late mail race 2 at Rosehill.
Race 2 here, Rosehill Gardens, numbers 4, 7, 3 and 2. Look, any one of these 7 runners could win without surprising, but he's got quality, this favourite. He looks outstanding, Muthea. $1 million yearling, Bozabil. Look, he was very impressive on the Kensington track at his debut. He's very short the tote, much better odds in the ring, but no knock on him whatsoever. 7 Rostrum should have finished closer to Muthea last start. Look, he meets him a touch better at the weights and gets his chance to atone. Best of the rest 3, Jamison Valley could find an easy lead here. And he won nicely at Warwick Farm last time. Best of the rest, Monty Warrior. Now, the blinkers go on him today, could make the world of difference. 4 on top, Muthea, hardest to beat 7, Rostrum and 3, Jamison Valley.
OK, Ron, 4, 7, 3 and 2. Your thoughts for the second event? Muthea, the favourite, 210, with weight at Moonee Valley the first. First 4, 4, 6, 2 and 3, New South Wales, 546.90, shortly off to Ian Craig for the second at Rosehill. Second event from Rosehill, due in 2 minutes from now. The 3-year-old over the journey of 1,400 metres, and Muthea, the favourite, over Monty Warrior and Jamison Valley. There's correct weight posted after the first at Cheltenham. Placings 1, 2, 3 and 6. Trifecta $4.70, and the first 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, New South Wales, $20.50, $20.50. Next event coming up from New Zealand, it's race number 10. And the Premier Quality is the event over the 2,400 metres, and upset them at $7 New Zealand. BJJ at $7.10, Lord Pentire $8.60, and just into double figures Road King and also Eager Pence. They're moving up for the second at Rosehill. First event taken out by E-Consul Chris Munns for Graham Rogerson, as we head back to Ian for Rosehill, race 2.
Righto, Rod, and a lot of interest in Muthea, who created a good impression on debut. Right, second of the day. Thanks, Leslie. And the popular pick is Muthea, number 4, New South Wales tote, 221.40. And the second elect is number 2 at 520 and 270, Monty Warrior. In on-track operations, the favourite Muthea, he's about a point and a bit better than the tote in New South Wales. And he's been fairly steady. Equal second picks are Monty Warrior and Jamison Valley. And then we have Philippa's Gem. So despite the smallness of the field, quite an interesting race. First of the day, won by number 1 E-Consul. Looked good. Chris Munns scored by 3 3/4 lengths. Beat Frozen Valor 8, 4 Midnight City and 5 Spirit of Tara. Track upgraded after the first from slow to dead. Now, in goes Philippa's Gem. Blinkers off her today. Jamison Valley walks in, so we've only got Abducted and Monty Warrior to walk into the stalls. Monty Warrior with blinkers on today, backing up after an eyelash defeat last Saturday at Randwick. A nose and a nose into third posse. Abducted, I see a good rugby league flavour about the ownership of Abducted. Phil Gould is one of the owners. Anyway, they're all set and ready to run out of the 1,400 gates. Racing this time, Philippa's Gem goes back to last. Jamison Valley straight to the lead from Muthier and Bouchet, followed by Abducted. Monty Warrior very wide and is improving his posse now, followed by Rostrum, and last is Philippa's Gem. As they race along to the 1100 and Jamison Valley shows the way, Monty Warrior goes up to its girth now. Length and a half away in third position is the favourite Muthier racing on the inside, followed by Bouchet and then Rostrum. Abducted wide second last and Philippa's Gem is the trailer. They work out of the back straight now and come along to the 800 marker, and Jamison Valley under a tight rein. 3/4 Monty Warrior, 1.5 to Muthier and a length the Bouchet, followed by Rostrum, and then comes Abducted on the outside as they work down towards the corner, and Philippa's Gem is last, not that far from the leader, which is Jamison Valley, who goes past the 600 with a lead of nearly a length on Monty Warrior. A couple of lengths away third is Muthier, being pushed along by El Cassidy. Bouchet on his outside. He's just shown Muthier the whip, and again, and as they round the corner, the leader Jamison Valley is lying out. He's about 4 off the fence. Second is Bouchet from Monty Warrior. Muthier not doing enough at the moment. Rostrum on the inner. Jamison Valley still leads at the 200 marker, but Bouchet is threatening danger, and Philippa's Gem without the blinkers is coming home well, but Bouchet hits the front now. Jamison Valley's gone. The only danger to Bouchet, if there is one, is the outside Philippa's Gem, but there's no danger. Bouchet wins it easily from Philippa's Gem, Jamison Valley. Muthier on the outside in a photo with Rostrum for fourth, and Monty Warriors run second last and at the rear of the field. Abducted. She's a very, very honest filly by canny lad Bouchet out of Bonbouche, trained by Greg Hickman. He's had a good season, Greg, hasn't he? His wife, one of the part owners of this filly, and she's only had the 10 starts for 3 wins, 3 seconds and 3/3, and Mitchell Bell, the winning postillion. Numbers will be up in a moment. Well, Muthier, he started to drop the bit coming down to the turn, and Larry Cassidy significantly was getting into him. And only in the last 75 metres was he starting to do his best work. Maybe the edge was off him for 1,400 metres, and I think Muthier now is definitely looking for longer than the journey in which he's just raced.
And the win there of Bouchet, Mitchell Bell for Greg Hickman over 1 Philippa's Gem and 3 Jamison Valley. 10th event from New Zealand is a race from Rapa. The Premier Qlty over the journey of 2,400 metres. Favourite in New Zealand is BJJ at 680 over Upset Them, and Lord Pentai with Rogue King just under the double figures. For the Rapa Stayers Stake, we head back to our friends at Tracktide New Zealand.
Late support for number 10, Eager Pence, is 7.95 the win. Locked away, with the exception of Upset Him to come up. It's been led in now. So it's set to go. Gates crash open, they're off and racing, and Upset Him anticipated the start brilliantly from the inside. Is desperate to lead now, going with it is Final Leica, right there His Highness. Out wide Daktari's moving up, going with it also is Lord Pentai and Gold Devil. Then Hurry Along, and on the extreme outside here is Queenie Rose. Settling back and behind these is Rogue King from Tricky Chance out deeper. Over on the inside is BJJ as they head down towards us their first time. Tunzi came next from Spit and Polish. Well back in the field is Colonel Dash from Eager Pence, then 2 lengths away Just Honour, and Bologna is last of all. They're running this at a genuine speed at the judge with a lap to go, and Upset Him is the leader. From on the outside of it next is Lord Pentai, dropping in to be box seated is Final Leica. 1 out and 1 back on the outside of it is Gold Devil. Then a length and a half away, 5th to the rails. Next is Daktari. It's settled into a nice handy position as they work out by the 1,500 metres. Queenie Rose has worked over to be 1 off the rail. Then back and behind these is His Highness, followed by Tricky Chance. 2 lengths away, Hurry Along. It's back over on the outside of Rogue King. 1.5 to Tunzi as they head into the back. Then back about 5th last now is Colonel Dash from Spit and Polish. 2 lengths away, Eager Pence. BJJ's well back in the field. Followed 2.5 back to Just Honour, and last of all is Bologna. Over by the 1,100 metres mark they go, and Upset Him is the leader. Inclined to over race a little, and he leads by a length and a half from Lord Pentai. Lying third with a wonderful run is Final Leica. In 4th spot next is Gold Devil, then Daktari. Moving forward on the outside, Tunzi to get handy. It'll be tracked around by Hurry Along, and also in that group as well as Queenie Rose. His Highness on the inside of the 2. 1.5 back to Tricky Chance as they come off the back, 700 metres out. Further away is Rogue King from Spit and Polish. Eager Pence fence, looking to circle them from the back. Being tracked around by BJJ. Then Colonel Dash, Just Honour, and last of all Baloney. Up towards the turn they come now. 500 metres to go, and upset them. Upset them. Put the pedal to the metal and kicked away 2 lengths now. Says Catch Me If You Can. Working round on the outside. Tunsey. Final Like is off the rail and plenty of time. Then out wider. Eager Pence is running on from a long way back. Then Daktari. Further away next is BJJ. 300 metres to go. It's still upset him. It says Can You Catch Me? Out wide here's Eager Pence and BJJ arriving late with Tunsey through the centre and still there. Final Like 200 to go. Upset him the leader, but out wide Eager Pence is the big danger and diving at them. Final Like upset him, won't lay down the prize. Upset him, brilliant ride. Second over was Eager Pence, third over close between Tunsey and on the inside Final Like. Then followed over by BJJ, Spit and Polish. Then came Baloney, ran on alongside of these Tricky Chance, Daktari, Lord Pentire, hurry along. Further away next was His Highness. Then came on the outside of it Gold Devil from Just Honour, Road King, well back Colonel Dash, and last at the line was Al Queenie Rose.
And upset him 9:33.70. Gemma Slice is the winning jockey. 9:33.70 over Eager Pence, and a photo finish for third. 9:10 and a photo. So the Rhythm mare out of the 5-year-old by Rhythm out of the Zabeel mare Setup, taking out the 10th event from Te Rapa. Facings of 6, 1 and 3. First 4, 6, 1, 3 and 4, $556.30 on the previous New Zealand, and upset him 9:33.70 over Eager Pence, and Tunsey running third. That trifecta $910. So they move to Rather Grand for Dan Nikolic 120, 1 Maker Stand at $5.20, 3 Porto Doro at $11, and of the others 7 Flip Out at $18. Selections from Greg and the 3-year-old fillies. It's 2 Rather Grander Special to beat 3, 1 and 4, 2, 3, 1 and 4. Time to hear last start Moonee Valley winner. Portadoro, number 3 at 10, and 7 Flip Out is at $18. Cheltenham, race 2, 2-year-old handicap over the journey of 1,000 metres. Sun Maya, horse 7 as a rating special, over 2. Cassia, 1, Here to Win, 8 Swing Embrace. 7, a special, over 2. So they're moving up for the second event from the Valley. So Rather Grand, the favourite, 140 over Maker Stand, who has met with support late, $3.80. Portadoro is at $9. Here's Greg for the second event at Moonee Valley.
Now the favourite Rather Grand is getting a lead up into the gates. On the tote, showing at $1.40 on Super Tab. Bookmakers have lengthened her out at every call, and she's certainly better odds, although still in the red on track. Only 3 in the market. Maker Stand is the second pick, Portadoro third elect, and the rest virtually unwanted on track. Now Maker Stand is coming up into the line. She's had 5 starts at Moonee Valley for 2 wins, a second and 2 thirds, and that's the only time she's been placed. Now Pavlenko's playing up in the stalls here and created a little bit of havoc. Lady Slew's rider is out of the saddle there in barrier number 1, and this horse down in gate 2, Pavlenko, just might have got herself tangled up in the gates a little bit here. She's been riderless behind the stalls for some time, and she went into the gates okay, but it looks like she's got herself cast temporarily.